What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, industry insider Mikey Sutton stopped by Everything Always, as well as a ton of other publications and YouTube channels this past weekend to drop exclusives and some knowledge he's learned along the way about some of the projects coming up at Marvel Studios, including one specifically and none other than the Spider-Man IP. And his reveal about this and the future of Spider-Man and Disney is quite insane and quite awesome for all the fans that think that Peter Parker's Spider-Man should be staying firmly in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to break down exactly what he had to say about the future of the sharing agreement between Sony and Disney regarding Spider-Man and why inevitably the rights are going to end up back over at Marvel Studios and rather soon on the timetable of Marvel Phase 4 and Phase 5. Like I said, we're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray bill. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around at the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So again, and as I mentioned in the prologue, this is coming via an exclusive with Geekosity from industry insider Mikey Sutton. This past weekend, he dropped a ton of information here at the channel. We reported on the rights for Namor secretly being reacquired by Marvel Studios. We'll make sure to link that video at the end of this. And in the same way that spoke about the goings-on behind the scenes and what's going on at the companies themselves, this report is much in the same way. The inevitable future of the Spider-Man IP and rights to wind back up at Marvel, and perhaps within the next couple of years. Mikey Sutton reporting that according to his sources in the industry, even though Sony's denying any future acquisitions, that the initial report of a conglomerate buyout between Apple, Netflix, CBS, and or Disney is still on the table and well underway, and eventually this is going to happen regardless of who purchases Sony. The most important detail being that the way the rights are structured for all of the Marvel characters, literally they bounce right back and revert to Marvel and Disney depending on what happens with the contract. So really no fear of the web slingers rights winding up in some other random place like Apple and Netflix and Disney having to renegotiate their sharing deal altogether. It's Sony and Disney for now, or Disney and bust, and that's great news for Tom Holland fans, Peter Parker fans, and anyone who wants to see Spider-Man back at home at Marvel Studios. Now there are obviously huge implications here. I don't want to speculate too much on the boring details, what's going on with Sony's entertainment division in Sony Studios, but guys, it's no hidden fact that movies lose money, and especially with what's happened already this year, some studios borderline on not being profitable at all, and if it weren't for the IP like Spider-Man over at Sony, well, it would be a totally different story. That's why a rumored acquisition has been in the works for so long, and of course, with egos the way that they are, you saw what happened in a simple sharing agreement arrangement between Sony and Disney, how that played out in the media. Could you imagine what that would be like if they were talking about buying the entire movie studio? Obviously, they're going to come out and say there's no future acquisitions, and truthfully, plausible deniability by all parties is way better than a public display of contention. But here's the real truth. Sony is a multi-pronged, multi-armed company, many of which are profitable. The movie studios is just one small part of that. What's part that's probably one of the most visible, but still just one small part of that alongside their technology. If the numbers become right for the company as a whole, regardless of the egos, in the words of the people who are in charge of the movie studios, when you get a buyout from someone like Apple or Netflix that have the resources to take your movie studio to another level, when you yourself are struggling, then it only becomes common sense, and that's why this rumor has never sort of gone away. Now, of course, for devil's advocacy's sake, Spider-Man IP alone is enough to carry any movie studio as long as you did it right, and that's why you've seen Sony try to expand exponentially, multi-directionally, with as many adjacent Spider-Man rogues gallery villains and or ancillary characters as they can. The way they see it, the more Spider-Man they put out, the more money they can make, the closer they can become tied to the MCU. And that's why there were a lot of people, myself included, when Sony at the end of last year heavily naysayed this deal that was said to be on the table. A lot of us went, yeah, of course, just make sure your movie studio stays somewhat profitable or close enough. The Spider-Man IP will carry it the rest of the way, but just how much money can they make on movies like Madam Web, which is the heavily rumored, now unreleased, unannounced Spider-Man movie in development? It's a question yet to be seen, and it'll lead to the inevitable bouncing back of the rights again over to Disney and Marvel if, and reportedly when, this happens in the next couple of years. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. Obviously, would you like to see the rights for all of Spider-Man and his ancillary characters back at Marvel Studios, I think that's a no-brainer. And in lieu of Sony Studios being sold or not, would you like to see Disney make a play for this, shell out all that money? If you remember, there was that crazy rumor a couple of years back, it might have even just been a year ago, that Sony was asking for something absurd like $10 billion for the Spider-Man rights. And that's why when you hear reports here that Disney may be involved with the deal, they could be helped subsidizing the buyout price for Apple, considering they'd pay maybe a small amount knowing that the Spider-Man rights are coming right back to them. Any subsidy they put in would definitely be easily money earned on the dollar and a very easy ROI. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros. We're giving away 2 now at the 700,000 subscriber mark. We just announced a winner for the 650 sub count PS4 Pro a couple of days ago. If you missed that video, just scroll back through the channel. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video. That'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes we're giving away here at the channel, like this insane XM Studios 1/4 scale Beta Ray build. This will be given away at the 650,000 subscriber count. And guys, if you're not familiar with collectibles, this is in no way an action figure. Standing at almost 29 inches tall, these are immaculate 1/4 representations of some of your favorite Marvel characters. XM Studios is by far one of the best in the business. If you're not familiar with this statue, I've left a link down in the description over on Gem Mint Collectibles. Gem's a friend of mine. We acquired this statue through the Gem Mint Collectibles store. He actually did a full in-depth breakdown of this statue. So if you want to see this prize in much further detail, go ahead and click on that link. Like I said, it's down in the description. Also, make sure to follow his channel while you're over there and show Jem some love. Either way, if you want to be entered to win any of the prizes here at the channel, the PlayStation 4 Pros, the Beta Ray Bill statue, or any of the other prizes we announce, hopefully as we double down all the way up to 1 million over the next couple of years, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on. Leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, just like we're doing here. And if you've missed any of the past winners, especially here real recently, as I said, we just gave away a PlayStation 4 Pro at 650K. No worries, all you have to do is scroll back through the channel, look for the subscriber count and the winner in the title, click on that video, and scroll to the end. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always, guys. Thanks for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.